Boys, I'm a fool for your love.
There are several types of cracks in concrete beams. First, cracks in beams due to increased shear stress. This type of cracks appears near the supports such as wall or column. These cracks are also called as shear crack and are inclined at 45 degrees with the horizontal. These cracks in beams can be avoided by providing additional shear reinforcement near the support where the shear stress is maximum. Shear stress is maximum at a distance of d per 2 from the support where d is the effective depth of beam. The second type of cracks in concrete beams is due to corrosion or insufficient concrete cover. Generally, beams are provided with slab at the top which the beam is not exposed to environment. Bottom of the beam are exposed to environment, and if the cover to reinforcement is insufficient, the corrosion of reinforcement takes place. So, cracks due to corrosion of reinforcement appears at the bottom of the beam. This crack generally appears near the side face of the beam near the bottom reinforcement along its length. This crack can be prevented by providing adequate labor cover as per environmental conditions during construction. The third type of cracks is due to increased bending stress in beams. This type of cracks appears near the center of span of the beam at an angle of 45 degrees with horizontal, as the bending moment is maximum at that point. If the reinforcement provided is insufficient for the load the beam is exposed to, bending stress increases, which leads to increased deflection at the middle span of the beam. This type of crack can be prevented by providing adequate main reinforcement at the midspan of beam. The fourth type of cracks is due to compression failure in beam. This type of crack appears at the top if the beam is over-reinforced. In case of over-reinforcement, the beam has the capacity to bear higher bending stress, but at the same time, if the top reinforcement provided is insufficient to carry the compressive stress, the top of the beam gets cracks. This type of failure can be prevented by designing a balanced section in which the capacity of beam in compression is capable of carrying additional compressive stress. The picture above shows an example of cracks in concrete beams in real life, which happens in Muar Johor. This type of cracks is due to increased shear stress and corrosion or insufficient concrete cover. The beam is not capable to sustain the heavy load from the first floor of the building. This may be due to insufficient reinforcement that is provided to the beam during construction. Therefore, crack in beam happens and it can cause danger to the people who pass by the buildings.
homeowners may ask themselves is, why is this happening in my home? Many factors contribute to structural settlement. The most common cause of foundation settlement is inferior support soils. Homes built on soft, low-density soils or fill that have been improperly compacted is a leading cause of foundation problems. In many cases, problems may not present themselves for many years after the original construction due to the slow progression of differential settlement. Environmental factors are another common cause of soil instability. Evaporation of the moisture in the soil beneath your structure can lead to soil contraction. Extreme summer heat and drought can cause soils to dry out and shrink, causing the foundation to settle. Moisture in the soil can be depleted due to nearby trees and shrubs. If the soil supporting your home contains expansive clay, shrinkage and swelling of the soil can also result in more movement beneath your home, causing even greater potential damage. Improper drainage can also lead to foundation damage. Excess moisture can erode or consolidate soils, causing a structure's foundation to begin to settle. Many poor drainage issues are due to improper guttering, plumbing leaks, and the slope or grade of the land. Should the support soils contain expansive clays, excess moisture resulting from improper drainage can cause the soils to swell and heave up, lifting the foundation. This can result in serious damages and extensive, costly repairs. The causes of foundation failure on one's home or business can be varied and unique to each structure and location. The signs of structural movement are essential to resolving the causes of foundation movement.